All right, good morning. Welcome from After Sunrise.
Yeah, if you just are joining us as we ended the show, we actually did the forecast in tandem.
Yes.
Because we were talking about some twins in Australia.
I wish we need to drag that story down.
That was too
This
funny.
was hilarious. Okay, so if you didn't see the story, Kevin, go ahead, explain it.
Two twins witnessed a crime scene in Australia, and as they were explaining what was happening, they both were saying the same thing at the exact same time, not just one or two words.
No.
For like a whole interview.
No, yeah.
Oh, and Adam, our director, has queued it up.
We have it. Let's watch.
Here's some of what they had to say.
And one guy, he was up there with our mum, and he went up there, and he was coming back down towards us, and he goes, "Run! He's got a gun!" And our heart started to pound, and I said, "Oh, Mum, where's Mum?" And he goes, "I'll shoot you." She goes, "Hey, I'm here to help."
How close to him do you think you were?
Well, see, he was up there, and we were past our
when you
driveway. You don't think of all of that at the time. No, you just run for your life. And one guy, he was up.
So that's Bridget and Paula Powers, and apparently they're known locally as the Twinnies. And they say they have tried to talk separately, but they cannot stop talking in tandem.
And all I said, what would dinner be like with those two?
Well, what's funny is clearly they're doing what we were doing. I was following you. I was watching what you were about to say.
But they weren't watching each other.
But you can hear like one of them is slightly behind the other one when they're talking. Like sure, they get some of the same, but like one is slightly behind.
You think they just crafted this?
Oh, I mean, absolutely. It seems very intentional because you see they start to talk separately and then one of them kind of like follows what the other
I think they fall off a little bit on it.
Oh, here, let's listen again. Here we go.
He was up there with our mum, and he went up there, and he was coming back down towards us, and he goes, "Run! He's got a gun!"
Yeah, I can kind of see one's a little behind.
Right, because they're following each other. It's a lot of work.
A lot of work.
I'm very impressed.
Right.
But also, just, it seems exhausting.
Very exhausting.
It's just
so there you go.
Funny. Oh my gosh. It's random.
The Tweenies?
The Twinnies.
Twinnies.
They're just known as the Twinnies.
Twinnies.
Twinnies, because they're twins.
Twinnies.
Get it? They're the Twinnies. All right, let's see. Okay, I want to talk about this story really fast. Speaking of international news.
Okay.
Have you heard of the famous Dubai chocolate?
Yes.
Okay, so
now there's so many copycats
there's
out there.
so many copycats.
Where to find the real one?
So the real one you actually have to order from the shop in Dubai.
Okay.
So you have to order it online, but apparently like I think she only makes it like a few days a week, and you have to order it like immediately because it sells out so quickly.
Okay, because you
but
go
all
to some
these
stores
places,
try this, Dubai chocolate.
Yeah.
And it's not really.
It's just the copycat. But I mean, the copycat with all the ingredients, right?
It's interesting chocolate. Let me just say, because there's a filling.
Yeah, pistachio.
Yeah.
Butter.
Yes.
Or cream, tahini, and shredded phyllo dough. I have to do this. I'll show you. It's shredded like this. Shredded phyllo dough. I forget what it's called, but it's shredded phyllo dough. So it gives you a crunch, the creaminess of the tahini, which is kind of nutty. So that's ground up sesame seeds.
Right.
And then pistachios, ground up pistachios.
I tried to knock off.
Okay.
It was all
I felt the same.
Yeah. So
I want to try
the real
same.
stuff.
We need to get the real stuff to try it
So
and
if
see how
anybody
it
has
compares.
connections in Dubai, bring us by a chocolate bar.
They, there's that Mocha Cafe. It's over on Coffee, near where the old Frugattis used to be.
Okay.
And they do a like Dubai strawberry cup. So they do strawberries, chocolate, pistachios.
Yeah, there's another place
really
in
good.
town that has been doing strawberries.
The strawberry cup?
With Dubai chocolate, but
okay.
But I think everybody's saying it's Dubai chocolate. I don't know if it's really Dubai.
It's not.
Chocolate.
Yeah, it's just a copycat. But
False.
Anyway, so lately it seems like the price of everything is going up, and it is not stopping candy shops from selling out of this popular treat, however. This Dubai chocolate has taken the world and even the Central Valley by storm. Here is a very busy chocolate shop owner in Clovis.
We can't make these fast enough and we're running out of product. I've never seen anything become so quickly in demand as the Dubai chocolate.
So the trend has become so popular that it's causing a global shortage of pistachios.
Well, we live in a
Isn't that
perfect
interesting?
place.
Right. So that happens to be one of Kern County's top cash crops.
Yep.
According to Financial Times, pistachio kernel prices have risen from $7.65 to $10.30 per pound.
Wow.
And some stores are reportedly limiting how many bars each customer can buy.
So I'm thinking now a lot of chocolate shops are making their own.
Mm-hmm. They're making their own.
way.
Look, yeah, she's clearly making her own there.
It's
I mean,
the
it looks
premise
great.
around the Dubai chocolate bar
Right.
that other chocolate shops are now, copying. Same
Right.
type of ingredients, but not necessarily Dubai
It's
chocolate.
not, yeah.
But the concept of the bar.
And I remember reading about the woman who created the Dubai chocolate bar, and she did it in her home. Like she was just kind of had a home bakery, when you cook
In
out.
Dubai?
Yeah. And when you kind of like cook out of your own kitchen,
Yeah.
has one of those licenses.
Yeah.
And she would come up with fun, unique flavors. I think it's her and her husband. And
If they even have to have those licenses in
they,
Dubai.
I'm not sure what exactly she had, but she was working
Yeah.
from her home, and she became so popular they had to expand, obviously. And it was just this one product that all of a sudden like took off, went crazy. I think some influencer
Yeah.
probably
that's all
tried
takes.
it, shared about it, it went viral, and then like that was it. They're done.
She's a millionaire overnight.
Isn't that crazy? It just takes like that one product. She
Yeah.
makes all these different kinds. There's
Right.
and really fun different flavors that would be cool to try, but this one flavor just went crazy popular.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
And you said you see the one from the chocolate shop in Clovis. It's got a thick middle. Other ones I've seen are like super thin.
Oh yeah.
Weird. For me, it was weird tasting.
Oh, really?
I could see maybe if the inside was a little bit thicker.
You want more
with
of the
flavor.
creaminess?
Yeah, the flavor with the chocolate.
Yeah, it looks really good. I would like to try the real thing too at one point.
Yeah. Let's take a flight to Dubai.
Okay, yeah, that sounds cheap. My
Where-
mom actually flew through Dubai last year, but just through the airport. She didn't have a long enough layover to get out and do anything.
I've heard it's a beautiful place.
Oh, I'm sure it's really cool.
Clean, beautiful. Yeah.
Really, really cool. All right, so let's talk about a new utility bill coming your way. Kevin really wanted to talk about this.
Well, I'm just curious, because they're going to start charging you to pay my bill online. So you're going to be charged $1.50 to make that transaction. My two questions would be, well, what if I want to pay in cash? Is there a utility? Like back in the old days, in the 50s, 60s, you go to the phone building right here down the street and make your phone bill, or to the utility come and make your bill. Is there a place to go pay my bill if I want to pay cash? Or I want to write you a check?
That's a great question. Yeah, can you mail in a check?
Yeah.
I'm sure you can, right?
Huh?
I'm sure you can.
Maybe, I guess. Not a lot of people write checks or do cash with utilities.
Do you
but
still have checks?
If people, I do, just for certain things. But I'm like, if we're going to be, nickel and dime for paying a bill, the other thing I was confused about too is they say that if you put yourself on auto pay, you don't get the charge.
Yeah, why is that?
What, the credit card companies like waiving fees if customers get on an auto pay?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. It
That
sounds
does
like
not make sense
PG&E
to
is
me.
going to absorb those costs if you choose auto
Auto
pay.
pay, I guess. But what's the difference if I do auto pay? I'm still making a payment.
They prefer you to do auto pay, so this is trying
you
to
don't
get
miss a
more
payment,
people
or-
to do auto pay, I guess.
Well, yeah, they want to make sure that those that may be stretching their payment out don't.
Wait until the last day.
Because it's on auto pay. I don't know. And this isn't anything towards PG&E. I'm finding more and more that companies are charging you that fee, that transaction fee. And I have family members that have businesses, stuff like that. I just personally, in my humble, bottom of the humble opinion, I just feel that's part of doing business.
Right.
If you're going to accept credit cards, I would rather on the backside raise a price of a product and absorb that fee than keep a price the same and make me pay for that credit card
It's
fee.
kind of like
for me.
It's kind of like how we just saw the Airbnb changes where they said they're going to show you the total instead of like, here's what it's going to cost, but then when you go to check out, it adds in, but plus this fee and this fee and this fee.
I hate hidden fees.
You would rather it just be included up front.
Just included up front.
I could see that.
That's with any service that wants to charge me use my card fee. Hardly anybody carries cash anymore, I find.
That's so true.
And so people are starting to say, oh, well, nobody uses cash anymore. Let's tack on a fee.
Yeah.
And I realize businesses, because I do know they get charged a fee for credit card. But, I just don't think that should be passed on to the
So
customer.
let me explain the full charges. So PG&E says it's starting this new policy May 19th. Payments from bank accounts will no longer be free of charge. They'll have to pay the $1.50 transaction fee. Debit card payments are going up to $1.50 as well. And apparently if you're paying with a credit and debit cards, but if you're paying with a commercial credit card,
right.
So if you're
Which
a
means
commercial,
if you have a business, and you have a business debit or credit card from a business account, you're going to be charged more.
You're going to be charged $7 fee.
That's craziness.
And a 2% surcharge on top of that.
Yeah.
That seems pretty hefty. PG&E says the fees are not set by them. It's set by the credit card networks and banks.
True.
And customers can avoid, as we said, by signing up for recurring or automatic payments.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm the only one that expresses these frustrations. Just everything's going up and up and up and up.
I don't have PG&E anymore. So.
Right. You have
SoCal Edison because I'm up in the mountains.
Yeah.
But you don't have a choice. You can't choose.
It's a monopoly. Yeah.
Right.
Well,
you can't choose here in Kern County or here in Bakersfield.
There's nobody else I could go to except,
Yeah.
So anyway.
Interesting. Okay, let's talk about the magic number to retire, because I think this put a little fear into both of our hearts this morning.
And I think a lot of people heard this story and went, whoa.
What?
So
some Americans are feeling better, they say, about the magic number, but it's not these two Americans, because a new survey shows in order for an American to retire comfortably, they need $1.26 million in the bank.
In the bank?
What? Or in your retirement account. I guess. Your 401k. $1.26 million.
I don't know. Unfortunately, unless you're a high earner, income earner, like high.
Right.
To be able to put that kind of money to the side, with everything.
Do you look at your 401k though on a regular basis?
Not on a regular basis. I just have a percentage that comes out of my paycheck, and then I also do a side investment.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, it's kind of a cool thing. It's called. To be honest with you, I used to do another one. I used to do. It's a real popular one.
Roth?
No. It's a side deal. It was called. I don't have it anymore. Acorns. You never heard of it?
No.
So Acorns, you can put you can round up. It takes money out of your paycheck, stuff like that. And it's an investment account, so it goes up and down with the market. But with the volatility of the market lately, I pulled out. Because
so it takes.
Some people would say that was a bad idea, Kevin. Good idea. I pulled it out and I put it into this. It's not getting gains. You know what I mean? It's called. Qapital, I know I probably said that wrong. Qapital. Did a bunch of research on it, and basically, when I make a transaction at the grocery store, I have it round up. So if it's $10.25, it rounds it up to $11, and that extra goes into this savings account.
But now it's not earning anything on that?
It doesn't earn anything on it right now with this program.
Oh, you need to put it somewhere.
I'm just not confident in the market right now.
Well, there's high yield savings accounts. There's all kinds of other things.
This is like a savings account.
But you are making money on it or no?
No, you're not. But even a savings account, you're not making, unless you get into investing, a savings account is not going to give you much return. Long term, maybe.
You know what? We should probably stop talking about this because I am not qualified.
I'm not an investor.
I've heard of things called high yield savings accounts, which I know at least there's at least.
Anything that fluctuates with the market right now, personally,
you don't want to do it.
I'm not
you don't
confident
want to touch it.
in it right
now.
So I did this.
But that's the magic number.
But they round up for me, and then they put that extra in there, and then I have it set so every week it takes out of my checking account
and puts it there too.
And I just don't really see it. So
okay. Do you have 1.26 million in there yet?
I am
getting close.
Getting close.
Yeah.
No. But,
do you get the 0.26 at least?
Maybe the 0.26.
Maybe the 0.06
cents. But again, I'm not a financial advisor.
No, please don't listen to take
I don't even do the stock
advice
market.
from
I have
us.
family members that do. But that's just my personal thing.
Hard.
I just wasn't comfortable keeping it in that because when we did see that big fall, I lost 10% in that savings.
But then you lost it because you took it out.
No, actually, I would have lost more because the market continued to go down. My decision to pull out at that time saved me from going further.
Down more.
But and we'll see how the market goes.
Okay.
In my
Okay.
opinion.
However, we've talked to MoneyWise Wealth Management, and they would say if you are not close to retirement age, which Kevin's not,
I'm not.
you should not pull out now. Now is not the time to pull out. They recommend staying in because historically, what happens is it will regain. And so I just want to throw out what MoneyWise says, because again, we are not financial advisors.
No,
please don't take financial advice from us.
And I think I'm probably a little shy on it because back when the housing crash, or when we had the huge recession, like 2006 or whatever, my grandfather lost almost everything. In his savings, retirement, everything. And he had good retirement and everything. He worked for a Weyerhaeuser, had Microsoft, all this kind of stuff. And, he barely gets by now. And he had a great, that $1 million he said he had,
he would have been fine.
But boom.
And that's where you do come into trouble, right? Is if you're close to retirement age. But if you're not, historically, what is going to happen is you will gain back those losses over time. And if you have the time, that's why they say stay in now. If you're coming close to retirement, the MoneyWise, Justin Leland was in last week or 2 weeks ago and said, if you're close to retirement, if you're like at the point where in the next, I don't know what he would deem close to retirement, next 5 years, I would say probably, you may want to look at reallocating some of those funds. But if you're not, that now is not the time to make big moves, is essentially, unless you wanted to buy, is
your
what
advisor.
he said.
One advisor may give you this advice, another advisor may have this.
Right.
So you just have to go with who.
Do you have a financial advisor?
My uncle does a lot in the stock market, so
You just kind of talk to him about it?
He's been doing it for over 30 years.
Okay.
So I kind of, but I don't have any investments in stocks or anything like that. No.
Your 401k.
My 401k.
Right.
But nothing like, I don't have Starbucks and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
He does. He's out, all that kind of stuff. But
yeah.
Anyway.
Above my pay grade.
Yeah.
Way above my pay grade.
But anyway, the answer to your question is start saving, because it says you need
1.26 million in order to retire comfortably.
And that's right now.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. As we get older, it's going up.
New fee, or groceries are going up again, or so.
Yeah. So 1 in 4 people, this is frightening, say that they have 1 year or less of their current annual income put aside.
Yeah.
1 year or less.
Well, yeah. I mean,
but not like put aside. I'm not talking a savings account. Again, this is your 401k.
Oh, 401k.
Yeah. This is not like in your savings account.
But they do say you should in your savings have like.
You should have like 3 to 6 months.
3 to 6
I think.
months.
Yeah.
I would love to take a poll.
And most people don't.
No, I'd love to take a poll to see how many people have 6 months of their salary in a savings account.
Right.
In this.
Not even close. Yeah. Not even close. The survey also shows 51% of Americans expect to outlive their savings. So we'll get a side job after we retire, I think, is what we'll be doing.
Right.
Side jobs. Keeping busy. Nothing wrong with that.
Which is not a bad thing, but
you want to be able to retire and relax at some point in your life.
Right.
Yeah.
Or accumulate lots of vacation time at work so you can take longer vacations.
That's also nice too. Okay, so I want to talk about some other local businesses, because we have some new businesses, and some are out near where you live on the west side of Bakersfield.
It's growing.
So a new barbecue restaurant had its ribbon cutting yesterday.
Harris Ranch.
Yeah,
right
Harris Ranch Barbecue. I've never been to that one. I know they have another one over at the Sully's.
They have a small one on Coffee.
Okay.
It's just in the gas station there.
Right.
This is actually a restaurant.
Okay.
Right there where Houchin, right there, Bolt House.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Buena Vista and Bolt House Drive, right there. Boom. And and it's right by the Coffee Bean.
Is it good? Have you eaten there before?
They just opened.
Okay, well, I meant have you had the other one.
And I thought it was going to be like more of a restaurant, but it looks like this location is more of like, they sell their beef there. I wasn't sure because the building's huge, but I think it's more of a strip mall type thing. So I think there's going to be other businesses.
Right.
I thought it was just Harris Ranch restaurant.
The whole thing.
But it looks like it's kind of an In-N-Out type thing, kind of like they have at the Sully's.
Not a sit-down restaurant. Okay.
I think you'd come in, order, and you could take it out. There might be some seating, but not like a Longhorn barbecue type restaurant.
No, not like that. So apparently it's in what's called the Shops at Seven Oaks.
There you go.
And it's a 4,900 square foot building, and it is the company's second location after the one at the Sully's on Coffee Road and Stockdale Highway. And they're known for their smoked tri-tip, brisket, ribs, pulled pork, and more.
But I don't think the 4,900 square feet is all Harris.
Is just them?
No.
Okay.
I don't think, because I go out to Houchin every week to get platelets and stuff. So I've been watching to see when is it going to open? When is it going to open? And I thought I saw like other businesses that could go in there.
Well, I can tell you about some of the other ones.
Oh, okay.
So Bold House Properties, which owns the same shopping center, says First American Title Company is also opening there soon.
Okay.
And the 4,000 to 5,000 square foot building will be on the northwest corner of the shopping center next to the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf.
Okay.
And that will open in 12 to 18 months. They're relocating from their current location. And then down the street, the Belcourt Village continues to expand.
Yep.
Apparently a waxing salon broke ground last week and a gelateria.
That sounds good.
I know.
I've been to the 19th
I'm excited about that.
Saunders going over there?
Yeah, okay, so the gelateria, sorry, I lost my place. Okay, and a pizzeria, both opening in early June, along with a new location from Sonder.
Oh, okay.
Other tenants include Starbucks, Dry Bar, 19th Hole Bar and Grill, and Toastique.
Tostique's there, and a Chipotle right next door to Tostique.
Okay. You said you've been to the 19th Hole Bar and Grill? I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah, it's a good little place, little hamburger joint there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not bad.
Fun.
The Dry Bar.
Have you been to Toastique? I've never been to one of those. It's a chain, right?
I believe it's a chain.
A pricey chain?
You don't want my opinion.
Okay.
No, let me just say, I know people that love it. You know, different types of toast.
I've never been.
Yeah, for me, I just can't spend that kind of money on toast. That's all I'm gonna say.
What if it's avocado toast?
No.
Fancy toast.
I know. Just me. I know people that love it. They go there all the time. Go have some toast.
Can I tell you a funny story about toast?
And Maddie knows
avocado
me.
Toast.
I'm all about my opinions.
and Kevin would prefer chicken fried steak for breakfast.
Yes.
What,
and
for breakfast, or what's your breakfast?
Huh?
Is that for breakfast or no?
Occasionally.
Occasionally,
but if I
okay.
go to a nice breakfast restaurant, I'm always looking for the best chicken fried steak.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I've never, ever tried chicken fried steak in my life.
No?
Never. I've never tried it.
Never.
Ever. It's just not something I would order. But if someone else had it, I would try it. It's not like I wouldn't try it.
Right.
But it's not something I've ever ordered.
Has Justin?
I guess not. Not when I'm with him, at least. Huh. He hates like heavy breakfast though. He is not a breakfast guy.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but maybe for dinner. Like I know, isn't Crystal Palace known for their chicken fried steak?
Yep, good chicken fried steak.
We need to go there for dinner sometime and try it. Let him order it.
Donna K's is one of my favorites.
Oh yeah?
Yep.
Good chicken fried steak.
And I had never even heard of their chicken fried steak. And of course they sponsored Sunrise Getaways one time. And so I went down there, did a little thing. And I love their chicken fried steak. So anytime I go to Donna K's, I do get their chicken fried steak. But Crystal Palace has a good one. Where else have I had good chicken fried steak? Those are probably my top two.
Okay. Yeah. Donna K's and Crystal Palace.
Because they're made from scratch.
Right. And they're made, they're made right there.
The gravy makes a big difference with it.
Kind of good gravy.
Yeah. So anyway, 2 locations you can try for chicken fried steak.
Okay. I haven't been to Crystal Palace in a long time.
Or if you have any other ideas. Oh, no. And the Naughty Pine.
Where's that?
That's over off kind of like Norris and by the airport there. The Naughty Pine.
Oh, yeah.
Love, cute little small joint. But their portions are huge. But I'd have to say my top 3, again, Crystal Palace, Donna K's, and Naughty Pine. Okay. 3 of my top locations for chicken fried steak.
Okay, cool. So, funny story though about avocado toast.
Yeah.
Because my dad is more of a chicken fried steak eater as well. And I decided one time he had to meet me down here and change vehicles with me so he could get the car seats and pick up the kids. I was like, meet me at Cafe Smitten. We'll just grab breakfast really fast.
Oh my. And Cafe Smmitten's great. But
I adore Cafe Smitten.
But let me just say, I don't think that's a place for your dad.
No,
and I know her dad.
Super not my dad's kind of
Her dad's like cowboy hat, cowboy boots. Let's get me some chicken fried steak.
And so I took him there and I was like, I ordered us both avocado toast.
Oh my gosh.
Here you are. And
in her dad's world, that would be bougie.
Yes.
As people would say that I am.
He didn't call it bougie, he called it hippy dippy.
Hippy dippy? Did he like it?
I mean, what's not to like? He made fun of it, but I mean, come on, it's good sourdough, avocado, and a fried egg.
Your dad is
There's
not
nothing
one to
not
look
to
for
like about
healthy
this.
living. And I'm not saying that in a bad way about her dad, but her dad's like traditional, like cowboy.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Meat and potatoes.
Meat and potatoes.
Not
Oh
avocado toast.
I just would have liked him in a fly on the wall. as your dad walked into Cafe Smith.
I just can't. This was a long time ago. It was right when they opened, I feel
Right.
like maybe, when did they open? Like 2020, 2021, probably 2020.
And when they opened, there wasn't a lot on the menu.
No.
It was very because I went, I was like, and I'm not like your dad, but I'm like, I like selection, put it that
Mm-hmm.
way. I don't like, it's hard for me to go to places where I have like 3 options.
Okay.
And that's kind of like, you have a traditional breakfast there. You know what I mean? Your
Eggs.
very healthy.
Oh, it's Mitten?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's healthy. It's
not-
like yogurt and granola.
Right.
A breakfast burrito.
Right. Limited menu.
A couple different kinds of toasts.
Yeah.
Including your avocado toast.
Right. So.
But I will never
That
forget
is funny.
taking my dad to Cafe
Now you
Smith.
owe him. You owe him either a trip to Naughty Pine, and he's
You're right.
He's living here, right?
I should. No.
Oh, okay. So
No, he's
Naughty
back in
Pine
Oregon.
or
Donna K's. Where's Donna K's? There's a couple
Right
locations,
off,
right?
right
here.
Chester.
Yeah.
Straight down Chester.
Next time he comes, I will have him meet me for breakfast there, so
Go
we can try
early.
the chicken fried steak.
Yes, got to go early. Do it on a Saturday. Get there
Okay.
I know you're in Tehachapi, but
We can
try
go
to get
on
there by 7.
Okay.
I know it's early.
Really? It gets
because they
busy?
get that busy.
Really?
Yes. So.
Oh, I didn't know that. You know what he'll do when we go out to eat, and it was something my brother always did. He would order for breakfast a community plate of pancakes, everyone ordered, and then order a community plate of pancakes so everyone could take a pancake or have half a pancake in addition to whatever they ordered.
Are you a big pancake person?
No.
See, I'm not.
But I just think that's funny.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
think that
Community
is-
pancakes or community French fries,
Right. Or community French fries.
which I get. I love calling it a community pancake.
Community. It's like going to a Basque dinner.
Yes. You know what? Speaking of Basque, when he was in town, because he was just in town.
That's so up his alley.
Oh yeah, 100% up his alley. And we don't do it that often anymore because I live in Tehachapi, so at
Right.
night I'd rather just stay home. But we went to Benji's, and I had one of the best meals I had had in a long time there.
I hadn't been to Benji's in a long time. You know, I went to Benji's was 2005, 2006.
That wasn't the last time, right? Your
it's the only
first
time I
memory,
went.
though. Oh, really?
It's the only
Okay.
time I went. I don't know why. It was good, but it was with Robin Mangren Scott, Jim Scott's wife, and she was part of the hiring committee that hired me here almost 20 years ago. Wow. And my first dinner with Robin to talk about my hire was at Benji's.
Are you hitting 20 years
20
this year?
years in September.
Oh my gosh! That's crazy,
and so I remember
Kevin.
Robin taking me to Benji's for my first dinner in Bakersfield.
What
and
did you
introducing
think?
me to
I can't even imagine coming into Basque food,
Yeah.
having never heard of it before, because it's very unique
It's
and
unique.
kind of bizarre.
And I was moving from Las Vegas, where there's a collective mix of food, but nothing
Right.
like that. I thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah?
To get the soup and the setup, and then as I moved to Bakersfield, I did try other Basque restaurants. Noriega's was actually one of my favorites.
Miss that
but I haven't been in a long time to Basque.
Yeah. It's not a place I would just, because it's such a big
Is Wool
meal.
Growers still good? Yeah. Or
yeah.
still there.
Chalet, Wool Growers.
Yeah. But for me, it's interesting. I have to usually go to Basque fairly early because Basque gets really busy. It's just a tradition here. It gets so busy, and crowds make me antsy. So
We went at right when they opened on a Friday night,
And it was
Benji's at 5 o'clock. And
Yeah.
it was great. We had the orange duck.
okay.
It was fantastic.
Where at?
At Benji's.
At Benji's.
Yeah. Me
My
and my dad went.
favorite is pickled tongue with blue cheese.
Really? I don't know about the blue cheese.
Oh, I love blue cheese and pickled tongue.
Really? Together?
Together. Anytime I go to a Basque or anywhere that has pickled tongue, because Moo Creamery does a pickled cow tongue sandwich.
They do?
They do.
I
It's
didn't
a
know
special.
they made that.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So Jessica has that as a special sometimes. and I'll
Jessica
get
Pounds.
That. Jessica Pounds.
That
And,
place, I
yeah.
tell you.
So I'll get that with blue cheese on it.
That's probably one of my top restaurants in Bakersfield.
Yeah, Moo.
Moo. Oh yeah. And because it's got a whole mix of things, right?
And it's all fresh.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
so
It's just
fresh.
so fresh. And, I had never had, and I'm not just saying this, but I've never had a bad meal.
I haven't either.
No.
No, I love it. I love everything there.
Yeah. I'm
So.
excited that they're going to be moving.
I know, downtown on 18th Street.
I talked to her about that.
Is it this year?
I think so. I was at Moo last week and we talked
Okay,
about it.
cool.
And she's so excited and
That's so cool.
nervous at the same time. I said, you know what? Embrace it. Love it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't be
exciting new
scared.
chapter.
It's exciting. So.
All right, well, there's our restaurant recommendations for you
Yeah.
for this Wednesday. Everyone, have a beautiful day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.